for a first-time listener, you can tell that Hey Jude, one of the Beatles' popular releases, is more than just a song. The lines, emotions, and messages from the lyrics share a story that only the Beatles can explain to us. According to sources, the song Hey Jude was written when both Lennon and Paul McCartney were at a phase in their life. It was also a period of personal turmoil for the band. If you've listened to the song, what do you think could have been the major inspiration behind the song? What is the hidden story behind Hey Jude? We'll dive right into this detail. But before we do so, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exclusive content on the Beatles. The song Hey Jude was officially released in August of 1968. The pop rock song emerged during the recording sessions for the Beatles' self-titled album, commonly known as the White Album. The song plays for an impressive 7 minutes and 11 seconds. At over 7 minutes in length, Hey Jude was the longest single to top the British charts at the time. Its arrangement and extended coda encouraged many imitative works through to the early 1970s. Ever since its release date, this song has been described by many as one of the most successful music collaborations in the industry, and to some, the most successful. The song was written by both Lennon and McCartney, and it was indeed a top-notch songwriting partnership. It is also well known and internationally acclaimed that John Lennon and Paul McCartney are jointly accredited for creating the majority of the Beatles' beloved discography, with about 180 published songs under their names. One song to emerge from the prolific Lennon-McCartney alliance is certainly the hit single Hey Jude. The track was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, in September of 1968. After topping the charts, the single was the Beatles' first release on their Apple record label and one of the first 4 singles by Apple's roster of artists, marking the label's public launch. Hey Jude was a #1 hit in many countries around the world and became the year's top-selling single in the UK, the US, Australia, and Canada. In 2013, the Billboard magazine named it the 10th biggest song of all time in terms of chart success. Its 9-week run at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 tied the record in 1968 for the longest run at the top of the US charts, a record it held for 9 years. It has sold approximately 8 million copies and is frequently included on music critics' lists of the greatest songs of all time. Hey Jude has also been dubbed one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. Overall, the top Beatle hit song, Hey Jude, is a Beatles track that not only topped the charts, but embodies the personal and professional emotion found within the hearts of one of music's most beloved quartets. The sophomore track was the first Beatles song to be recorded on an 8-track recording equipment. The sessions took place at Trident Studios in central London, midway through the recording of the group's self-titled double album, also known as the White Album, and led into an argument between McCartney and George Harrison over the song's guitar part. Ringo Starr later left the band only to return shortly before the filmed promotional clip for the single. The clip was directed by Michael Lindsay Hogg and first aired on David Frost's UK television show. Contrasting with the problems afflicting the band, this performance captured the song's theme of optimism and togetherness by featuring the studio audience joining the Beatles as they sang the coda. At the time the song was recorded, Lennon had just left his wife, Cynthia Powell, for Yoko Ono, who he would later marry in 1969, which caused upheaval within the Beatles, as well as Lennon's family. After witnessing this emotional moment in his friend's and colleagues' life, McCartney began to write Hey Jude for Lennon's son, Julian Lennon. In a 1997 biography written by Barry Miles, McCartney was recorded to have said, "I started with the idea, hey Jules, which was Julian, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Hey, try and deal with this terrible thing. I knew it was not going to be easy for him. I always feel sorry for kids and divorces." Listening to the lyrics and knowing the meaning behind the lyrics, it became obvious who McCartney is addressing. The song lyrics read, "And anytime you feel pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. For well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder." With familial kindness, the lyrics of Hey Jude aim at comforting Lennon's young son and remind him that love is not something to fear. McCartney continues to sing to Julian, saying, "Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her. Now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better." The intensity of Lennon and Ono's relationship at the early stage made any songwriting collaboration between Lennon and McCartney impossible. Keen to support his friend nevertheless, McCartney let the couple stay at his house in St. John's Wood. But when Lennon discovered a note written by McCartney containing disparaging and racist comments about Ono, the couple moved out. McCartney presented Hey Jude to Lennon on the 26th of July when he and Ono visited McCartney's home. Paul had assured him that he would fix the line, "The movement you need is on your shoulder," claiming it was a stupid expression. He had said it sounded like a parrot. According to McCartney, Lennon replied, "You won't, you know." That's the best line in the song. McCartney retained the phrase. McCartney originally wrote Hey Jude for Julian. At the initial stage, Lennon thought it had been written for him, not his son. In a 1980 interview, Lennon stated that he always heard this song as a song to him and contended that, on one level, McCartney was giving his blessing to Lennon and Ono's relationship, while, on another, he was disappointed to be usurped by Lennon's friend and creative partner. In an interview with David Sheff, Lennon had said, "If you think about it, Yoko's just come into the picture." McCartney sang, "Hey Jude, hey John. I know I'm sounding like one of those fans who reads things into it, but you can hear it as a song to me." The words, "go out and get her," subconsciously, he was saying, "Go ahead, leave me." On a conscious level, he didn't want me to go ahead. The Beatles' ballad was originally titled Hey Jules, to more directly address Julian, but McCartney later changed the song to Hey Jude to fit the sonic direction. Even after John Lennon's murder in 1980, McCartney continued to play Hey Jude during his 1989-90 World Tour. He also played it at the closing of the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. On August 4th, 2012, McCartney led the crowd in a rendition of Hey Jude while watching cycling at the Velodrome. Additionally, Elvis Presley covered the track, which appeared on his 1972 album, Elvis Now. Other people thought the song was directed at them. People like Judith Simons and Mark Hertsgaard had different opinions about who this song was directed. Judith Simons, a journalist with Daily Express, had speculated that in the lyrics to Hey Jude, McCartney's failing long-term relationship with Jane Asher provided an unconscious message to himself. McCartney and Asher had announced their engagement on the 25th of December 1967, yet he began an affair with Linda Eastman in June 1968. That same month, Francie Schwartz, an American who was in London to discuss a film proposal with Apple, began living with McCartney in St. John's Wood. When Lennon mentioned that he thought the song was about him and Ono, McCartney denied it and told Lennon he had written the song about himself. Everyone had their own opinion, as author Mark Hertsgaard commented that many of the song's lyrics do seem directed more at a grown man on the verge of powerful new love, especially the lines, "You have found her, now go and get her," and "You're waiting for someone to perform with." Music critic and author Tim Riley wrote, "If the song is about self-worth and self-consolation in the face of hardship, the vocal performance itself conveys much of the journey. He begins by singing to comfort someone else, finds himself weighing his feelings in the process, and finally, in the repeated refrains that nurture his aberration, he comes to believe in himself." The single was a highly successful debut for Apple Records. The reviews of the song from different people sum up the fact that the song is beautiful and compelling. The song made waves in different places, even down to Australia. On the 30th of November, 1968, NME reported that sales had reached nearly 6 million copies worldwide. Even after Lennon's death, the song Hey Jude still made waves despite the stories and controversies that followed it. McCartney continued to feature the song in every one of his concerts. McCartney performed Hey Jude in the White House East Room as part of a concert, honoring him with a Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song in June 2010. With either interpretation of the classic anthem, the song Hey Jude from the White Album remains a shining masterpiece from the Lennon-McCartney era. That's all for today's video, guys. But before we end, what do you think about the song Hey Jude? Do you think the song lyrics convey the message the writer was trying to pass across? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And if by now you haven't, ensure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new updates about the Beatles.